Welcome back, Syndicate members. It is I, Joshua Mammoth, back once again with another independent comic book. So last week we had John Epple in the studio. That was really good.
That was awesome. Yeah, he was a great guy.
And so off camera, we were actually able to look through a lot of his work. So he hung out for a little while afterwards.
Yeah, and man, his pencils were amazing. We got to really flip through his portfolio, and it was great.
It was a lot of work in there. That was really awesome. And so another thing is we got a new camera.
We had to get a new camera.
So about 45 minutes before John got here, I was literally sitting in this chair. I was just kind of going over, my stuff here. Had everything on, and it just stopped working. So I got up to check it, and I needed to take the camera off the tripod, and I broke the base of the camera and the top of the tripod at the same time.
Good for 2 for 1.
Yeah. And then I couldn't figure out exactly what was causing the issue with the camera, although I got it back working, but then you can't really, with a broken tripod and the base of the camera is...
We were jerry-rigging a lot, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, there wasn't really... And then, the camera, because you have to have it on a nice base, it was just kind of like... So.
We taped it. It wasn't good.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then I think next weekend we may be at a con.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's already coming up. I think it's like May the 10th.
Yeah, so if the comic gods work everything out for us,
we have some good content.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be out there. I'm looking forward to hopefully Second Sight is out there, and then I think Bedbox might be out there.
Oh, cool.
So it'd be nice to see them out there again.
That will be good. Yeah.
So that's at CES-TaCon in Sarasota. So if you guys see me out there, just say, "Hey, what's up, Joshua Mammoth? Can I get an interview?" Anyway, so we're not doing like a full spotlight on the full comic book today.
No.
Well, we're just going to do the insert of Phantasmagoria.
Yes. From
Comic Unknown, because I was kind of just scrolling through this morning and I saw that Trevor, go ahead and put the cover up here. Gaia's Succession is going to the printers for all to have. And I think all should have it because this is an amazing book.
It's such a good book, yeah.
So I was fortunate enough to actually get a copy of this book at Charlie's Epic Con from George Alvarez. And so actually, if you guys haven't seen an interview with George, you should check it out. It's really good as he breaks down Exodus C. But seriously, this was a really good book.
It really was. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. When we saw it was in the Phantasmagoria, we realized, oh, that's pretty cool that they put like a little snippet in there. So we thought we should definitely review that one today.
So this, I got to say, this one kind of has a lot of cool elements to it. But it starts off at I guess kind of like a protest for the installation of a water park in Florida.
Yes, and
I mean, no offense, we have a lot of water parks.
We have too many water parks.
Like a ton of water parks.
And they're trying to put it at a reserve. It's called the Pine Rockland, and they're there to protect it, saying, hey, we don't need one more water park, especially in this area, which, I don't know if you know, it's actually a real area here in Florida, down in Miami.
And I kind of agree with them, whether this is fictitious or not. We don't need another water park, though, people. Seriously. But, all right, so, I mean, this is going back a long ways because, the Mammoth has a lot of mileage on him. But
I've seen a lot of it.
But, we used to be able to, like, go out into the swamps and into the woods and have a good time out there. Can't do that anymore. There are none.
No.
Or you got to pay... And then you get to walk through like a little trail or something like that at Gatorland.
Well, at least they're preserving something.
Yeah, at Gatorland.
I love Gatorland.
No, they're great, but that's what I'm saying. If you want to see like rural Florida, that's really, you're there's not a lot of rural Florida left.
It's true. People are taking over,
Mm-hmm.
and more people are moving here.
Yeah, all you got are Star Wars ships and water parks. Anyway.
But yeah, so they're at a protest, pretty much just saying, hey, we don't need this. We're, against it. We want to preserve the national land. And the reporter there is interviewing Miss Janet Green, which I thought was a perfect name for her. But yeah, so they're interviewing, and then it kind of goes to another panel, and you can see some big boss guy is not happy that she's there protesting this, because I think he's the one behind the water part. So he's like telling his little goons, like, hey, we gotta take
because apparently this has been an ongoing problem with Miss Green, is that she's been an advocate for, actually for several other things that have tried to happen, but definitely for this one specifically. And so, yeah, he's telling his guys, okay, you know what? It's time.
Yeah, go ahead and take care of her.
Make it look like an accident.
But yeah, go ahead and take care of her. And so then we go later on that night, and it looks like they're doing just that. They've got her like tied up to a tree.
It's pretty brutal.
In some very nefarious kind of ways, and
her underpants, though.
Yeah.
And so they're making her eat like pine needles and stuff, and
beating her up.
Yeah, they're beating her up pretty bad, and kind of making like fun of her because she's like an environmentalist type person.
But yeah, so I mean, an hour later goes on. They're still doing this. I mean, they're torturing her for a while. Apparently, the boss man told them, like, "Hey, don't make it quick. Go ahead and."
But see, that just shows that they're sick. Because here's the thing: how is the boss man going to know if it took 5 minutes or 5 hours? Take her out there. Boom, done. Get back, get a pizza. How's he really going to tell him 6 hours? See, that's how you know these guys are sick, because they're like, hey, the boss said do what we got to do, and they did.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are in that job or that
profession.
Job, so I'm sure.
Can you really call it? I guess you can call it a profession. I mean, they are getting paid, but still,
it's a bad profession.
I don't think you can get a resume for that. I don't think you can be on LinkedIn with that.
No. And then they pretty much tell her, like, hey, we're going to leave you here, and there's a controlled burn that's going to happen, so it's going to take care of you. So we're pretty much done here. And that's what you see in the next scene. You see a massive fire.
Now, was it a controlled burn, or was it one they were doing it to help for the park?
Well, they just alluded that it was already planned for the next day, so I just...
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I was trying to figure that one out. Because they did say it was planned for the next day. I didn't know if it was a control burn. They're like, oh, we already got it in the works to set this area on fire or something.
Well, because I know they do that a lot just to help conserve the.
Oh yeah, they do for sure.
But that's what I just assumed for.
And in any case, the whole area is in fact on fire.
And then it goes, and once the fire's out, you can see there's pretty much just a couple trees left and not much else. But then you see in a panel that the girl is there and her eyes open.
Now, when I saw this panel with her eyes open and they're glowing, did the Captain Planet theme song go into your head too?
It did a little bit.
I
loved it.
I was like, uh-oh.
But yeah, you see like a hand on the tree, and you're like, oh my god, how did she survive that? But I mean, obviously her eyes are glowing, so that's a good indication something's happened.
Because we kind of know through the narration panels that the spirit of the earth went into her.
Yeah, so Gaia went into her. And the next page is like this awesome page of her new outfit, and man, she really pulls it off.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like this because it's sort of like Poison Ivy-ish, sort of, but
she's got this awesome like green hair and this like awesome crown, and
I do like the green hair.
She's looking pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess her arms are some sort of armor, like bark armor.
That's what I'm assuming. It's like bark or something, but yeah, it's like on her legs, on her arms, and I mean, it just looks really cool. And she needs something, because I mean, the whole outfit's not.
I mean, that manicure would be pretty expensive.
Oh man. But yeah, so you get this awesome page of her and her new outfit.
That was a cool page, and then you get the title, Genesis.
Yes. So then it goes to the bottom, and you see like this is Gaia's succession, Genesis. You know, so it just makes a lot more sense of what's going on. But yeah, so she's taken over, and then it goes to the next panel where we find out her father, who's the governor, is actually looking for her, because now at this point she's gone missing for I think it was like 2 days.
48 hours.
Yeah, so they were like, doing a press conference, pleading to the public, please, where is she? And they're starting to think, oh, maybe it's got something to do with, what she was protesting. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to make it my mission to continue her work. And that is not what that evil boss man wanted to hear.
Yeah, apparently the governor at the beginning was, I guess, in support of the water park. But now that something's happened to his daughter, he's kind of shifting gears.
He's like, oh no, this is my top priority now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue her work pretty much.
He also used some rather choice words saying, I hope we get her back in one piece.
I know, that was a little weird. I didn't catch that at first.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you're on the air with that. Anyway.
Just say just want to get her back safely.
Safely would be better than one piece.
But yeah, so he's on TV saying that, and then of course it cuts back to the evil boss man, and he's smashing stuff because he's mad now. He's like, great, I thought I got rid of the problem, now I've created another problem. Like I just can't win with this anymore.
And I think you can get cancer from the stuff that's inside those TVs, so you really shouldn't smash those like that.
Well, he's evil, so it's okay.
So I've heard. I mean, I'm just saying.
But yeah, so he's, mad again, and he's calling his goons.
Yeah, and he wants to now eliminate the governor.
Mm-hmm. He's like, look, just make it look like a robbery, I think, like an accident pretty much. Nothing related to this, and, call it a day. And the goons are like, look, that's
they're like, either the goon, but the goon's like, look, it's not really going to be easy to make it look like a robbery. It's the governor.
He's got, people around him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, look, just make it happen. So they're like, okay, it's gonna cost, but we'll make it happen. So then, they go, and outside of the governor's office, no less, he's got one of his, security there. They're walking out, and one of the goons jumps out and shoots the poor security guy.
And this is one of the guys that was messing with Janet Green earlier.
Yes. He's the same goon that was dealing with her. Now he's been sent in to deal with the father. But yeah, unfortunately, so the security guy is gone.
He just like out of the blue, boom, right in the side of the head.
Yep, shoots him right side of the head.
But it's like one security detail for a governor?
He's not a very good governor. And they're like, it's okay, he just needs one.
But in Florida?
Oh, I forgot, but it's in Florida. Good question.
DeSantis walking around with one dude?
That would be good.
That definitely would not be good.
But yeah, so unfortunately his security guard passes away, and he's next. He gets a pistol whipped, and that's not pretty. That's gotta hurt. And he's on the floor. And
actually, this is one of my favorite parts of the book right here, where she like reaches in and grabs him by the right arm, where he's like holding the gun, and she grabs him and then like rips the arm off.
Yeah.
Like doesn't like just grab him, turn him around. She takes the arm off.
Yeah, she literally yanks it. And he's literally, what the? And here she pops up and, hello, remember me kind of thing. And she's pretty much says a lot of the same things that he said to her during the time, which I thought was
like consuming the pine stuff.
And the dumbass, like, he's like, huh, what?
Well, I mean, she has green hair. She looks like Witchblade. Her eyes are glowing. I mean, he doesn't know.
This was just like last night. I mean, you think it would ring a bell?
He's assumed he left her in a ditch covered in leaves, wearing, and now she's like thonging it out like that chick from Crocodile Dundee. Okay,
because you just saw that. Oh man, but yeah, so she's taking care of business with him though. Let me tell you, she grabs his mouth, and I don't even know how she does this, and it's so.
It's something like, okay, she reaches in the mouth, and then I think she disembowels him with the other hand. Because she's got, like, razor claws.
She does. I mean, it's mighty. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's kind of like, a pull, pulling him apart, I guess.
It's graphic, and it's brilliantly done, like how they were able to do it. But yeah, it was very graphic for something that someone drew. So I was very impressed by that. But yeah, and then she's just kind of standing there, like very proud, like look what I did.
Her face is pretty epic on the Trevor. Put that one. I like. Yeah, it's just very. It's very aloof. I think.
It was good. It was a perfect ending to that, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so that's actually where this ends in Phantasmagoria, but the actual book it continues
It
on,
does.
and so we actually have the whole book in which it gets even better. Okay, so there's like I gotta do a couple of things. Okay, so there's actually one shot where she has like multiple heads, and she's like slinging this head around by like it's like a head, and then I think it's like the spinal column.
Well, yeah.
She's like,
yeah, I'm telling you, some of the details that they put to this book was disturbingly great.
yeah. It kind of reminded me of like the Toxic Avenger. Remember when he ripped the dude's arm off? And he's like, so yeah, it was a really good read. And so it was kind of funny because, like I said, I saw that George had posted this online that it's going to the printer because I had literally just read this one, and I was like, wow, it's going to the printer. Then how did I just read this one? I was like, I'm in the future.
You wish. No, they apparently just did a special thing for that con we were on,
I think
right?
so, yeah. And I'm really glad I got a hold of it because,
so
wow, it was such an amazing reading. So I'm going to put all the details up below for Comic Unknown. So when it's ready, you guys definitely need to pick it up.
Immediately, yeah.
It is so good. It is really good. And I think actually he said he was going to be, there's like a FinCon in Miami coming up, and I think Comic Unknown is there. So if you're in like the South Florida area, you should just stop by his booth. I think that's a free con to get into, and I think you can get you probably have some Exodus Z copies there too.
Which you want to pick up?
And Phantasmagoria, and it'll probably have some Gaia there as well.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm sure a little bit closer.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit of a hike for us, but you never know. So, you have anything you wanted to add?
No, just that I really love this comic. Like I said, her outfit was awesome. When she turned into Gaia, I just thought she looked amazing. The way that they put the detail on that, and then the detail, honestly, throughout the whole comic, I thought was really good. So you should definitely check it out. Check out all their stuff.
I actually really liked the whole concept of the comic. Like, the whole evil villain and everything was literally a water park corporate dude.
You know what I loved about it too? It reminded me of very like 90s cartoon because he was always in the dark. They never showed his face. He's always like, I could just imagine like this, really deep voice, kind of like Inspector Gadget bad guy kind of thing.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
I just kept imagining that because I'm like, why is he in the dark all the time, talking to his own people? But they never showed his face. It's very, like shrewd.
He could be light sensitive. We don't know his life.
I thought it was pretty cool, though. I really did like that part. But I love, too, again, it's set in Florida, and it was based on a real place that he really does need help getting his name out to help conservation. So I thought that was really cool.
Definitely. The Florida-based comic scene is pretty awesome right
now.
So, yeah, I'll put all the info down below, Syndicate members, so make sure you check it out. Between the known and the unknown lies the man. I'll see you next time.